Have you ever met someone just for a moment and felt a connection so deep it seemed to defy time? It's a strange, beautiful feeling, isn't it? As if the universe conspired to bring you together, even if only for a fleeting instant. Today, I want to share a story about that very feeling. A story called Forever 5 Minutes. They met at an airport gate, Gate B27, to be precise. The air was thick with the usual chaos of travel, frantic announcements, the rolling thunder of luggage wheels, and the low hum of 100 different conversations. She was rereading a dog-eared paperback, and he was staring out at the tarmac, lost in thought. Their eyes met by chance, a simple, accidental glance. But in that glance, something shifted. He smiled first, a small, shy curve of his lips. She smiled back, feeling an unexpected warmth spread through her chest. He walked over. He didn't have a clever opening line, just a simple waiting for the flight to Chicago. She nodded, closing her book. You too, he was. They started talking, and the world around them began to fade away. They didn't talk about anything profound. They talked about their favorite books, the strange flavors of potato chips they'd tried, and a shared ridiculous fear of pigeons. For 5 minutes, they were the only two people in that crowded terminal. His laugh was genuine, and her eyes sparkled when she spoke. It felt less like meeting a stranger and more like reconnecting with a long-lost friend, someone her soul already knew. There was a comfort, an ease, that usually takes years to build. In the span of a few heartbeats, they had created a tiny, perfect world just for themselves. Then the final boarding call for her flight crackled over the intercom. The spell was broken. Reality rushed back in. They stood there, a sudden awkwardness hanging between them. What do you say at the end of a forever that only lasted 5 minutes? It was nice meeting you, she said, her voice softer than she intended. You too, he replied, his eyes holding a hint of regret. She picked up her bag, gave one last, lingering look, and walked down the jet bridge. She never saw him again. No names exchanged, no numbers swapped. Just 5 minutes. You might think that's a sad story, an ending without a beginning. But for her, it was anything but. Those 5 minutes didn't just disappear. They lived on. They lived in the quiet moments when she'd look out a window and remember his smile. They lived in the pages of a new book that reminded her of their conversation. Those 5 minutes became a secret, precious memory she carried with her, a tiny, glowing ember in her heart. Years turned into decades. She lived a full and happy life. She fell in love, built a family, and traveled the world. But every now and then, in the quiet solitude of an evening, she'd pull out an old, faded boarding pass from a small wooden box. Gate B27. She'd hold it in her hands, the paper soft with age, and a gentle smile would grace her lips. She wasn't mourning a lost love or regretting what could have been. She was cherishing a perfect moment. In a world that's always rushing, always demanding more, he had given her a gift. He had shown her that a connection isn't measured in years or months, but in depth. He taught her that even a short love, a 5-minute love, can last forever in memory. It was a beautiful, complete story with a beginning, a middle, and an end, all wrapped up in 300 perfect seconds. It was her forever. Sometimes the most profound relationships are the briefest ones. They serve as beautiful reminders that human connection is a powerful, magical force. Thank you for letting me share this story with you today. If it resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more stories about the little moments that make life extraordinary. I'll see you in the next one.